Hello and welcome to Stuff That's Been on the News with Karen.
A 24-year-old man is expected to be the first Victorian charged over allegations he performed a Nazi salute outside a Melbourne court. Police have launched an investigation after Jacob Hersunt allegedly performed a Nazi salute in front of media last Friday.
Oh, I nearly did it. It's illegal now, isn't it?
Detectives have interviewed the Point Cook man and confirmed they're taking a zero-tolerance approach to any breach of the new laws.
And earlier this week,
The Melbourne man, who was the first person to be charged with performing a Nazi salute under Victoria's new laws, has faced court. Jacob Hersunt showed no remorse for his actions, the 24-year-old telling media he'd do it again.
Would you do it again?
Do what again?
What you are charged with doing?
I salute.
Yes.
I hail Hitler every day.
The matter has now been adjourned until January.
so new rules. Fact sheet, lots of different languages, background information. So the Victorian government introduced new laws to prevent people from displaying or performing symbols and gestures used by the Nazi Party in public. These laws commenced on the 21st of October 2023. Such displays cause harm to members of the Victorian community, and this is unacceptable. What is the offence? Person commits a criminal offence if they intentionally display or perform a symbol or gesture used by the Nazi Party in public place or in a public view and know or ought to have reasonably known that the symbol or gesture is a Nazi symbol or gesture. What is the penalty for committing the offence? A person who commits an offence could face fines of $23,000 and 12 months in prison or both. Seems a bit heavy-handed, but what would I know? Like I find it odd that biological men get to go to women's prisons. So here we go. Do, 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 do. All those things, I'm allowed to wear them around. Are there any exceptions? So exceptions. So genuine academic, artistic, educational, or scientific purpose, or in making or publishing a fair and accurate report of any event or matter of public interest. I'm being artistic. Do, 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 do. And, oh, sorry. Here we go. This bit here. I don't really know what the pink triangle thing's about. For example, a person who displays a flag of Nazi Germany with a marking through it, or a person who displays the pink triangle used by the LGBTIQ plus communities. And powers the police have, and call Crime Stoppers. Yeah. I said I do find this a little bit obsessive, and I wonder how much the fine will be for some of the new vilification laws that they're going to pop in, perhaps, if no one stops them. Rand's Justice Report that has been given to the state and federal ministers. Can't bang on about reading that enough. It's gone to the state and federal ministers. A member of New South Wales Parliament, Alex Greenwich, is using this report as part of the self-ID legislation that he's proposed for New South Wales. And Sean has been involved in the gender reassignment of the Greens and how the Greens are now gender fluid and non-binary. And if you don't agree that a trans woman is a woman, then you're not in the party. Can't be a member. And this is something 2 years ago.
Well, at the moment, the threshold for hate speech is quite high. And what we do know from what the government has committed, they're going to look at lowering the threshold to make civil and criminal vilification easier to prove so that people who are subjected to vilification are able to get better justice through our court system. So the government's committed to introducing legislation to ban the public display of Nazi symbols in the first half of next year. And this is important not only for the Jewish community, but also for our communities as well, too. We were targeted by Nazis, and I think it's extremely important that we stand in solidarity with Jewish communities against the display of these neo-Nazi symbols that incite hate behaviour. As to the other portion of work, so addressing our anti-vilification laws, there's a less clear timeframe on that. And one of the things that we'll be doing is pressing the government to ensure that this is addressed as soon as possible. Nobody should have to suffer a day more of hate.
And to see the report, click on read the full report here. But let's just go and have a look at the what the report recommends. The report that was done online that they advertised, and it's regarding online abuse as well. Anyway, it took 3 minutes to complete. So, introduce federal and state anti-vilification laws to protect the entire LGBTQIA plus. So, who are the plus people? Community from abuse, harassment, vilification, and violence. Work together with social media companies to stop the spread of anti-trans disinformation and anti-LGBTQIA plus hate groups. Strengthen media regulations to ensure greater accountability for news outlets that promote anti-trans disinformation. Investigate community-led interventions to curb anti-LGBTQIA plus extremism and de-radicalisation approaches. Provide funding for further research into the causes and impacts of anti-trans abuse, harassment, vilifications and violence and strategies for addressing them. Or that was being presented to the ministers about the report. Yep, 3 minutes online. We divided the survey into questions about what people had seen and experienced online and in person. The survey was open to anyone aged 18 and over from any state or territory. It ran for 9 days from the 17th to the 25th of April. It was promoted on social media by the project team members, community-controlled organisations, civil society groups and community members. And reminder, it's information according to the report. Stuff out of the Australian newspaper. No evidence that trans women have an unfair advantage in sport. Yes, so. Mm. And the misinformation and disinformation bills lurking as well. So put it all together. See ya later.